That's super rusted already. It's been sitting out without being turned on for a couple years. I went ahead and went to Walmart, got a battery. It was 50 bucks. Not the greatest thing in the world, but just to get it going. Because I'm definitely not going to keep it. But we'll see if it turns on and kicks on, and put in jack stands. We'll actually need some ramps and, drain out the radiator fluid, change that, do an oil change later on this week. Okay, it's all buttoned up. 8mm wrench used to tighten up these two bolts for the battery. Let's see if it turns on after 2.5 years. So I got a new key switch from the junkyard and I replaced that, and it came with this. This is the immobilizer. It's basically like a sensor for a key, I would say. So everything got replaced, and let's see and give it a whirlwind. Oh shit. 137,000 miles with the check engine light. And it won't turn on. Okay guys, so I just learned that I think you need to program the whole system itself, the immobilizer and the key itself. So what I'm going to do, it's a 30-minute process. You put on the key, and then you turn it on, and you leave it there for 10 minutes. You turn it off for 10 seconds, and then turn it on for another 10 minutes. Once the second round of 10 minutes equaling 20 minutes in total, you turn it back off for 10 seconds and do a final 10-minute run on position. After those 30 minutes have gone by in total, you turn it off, you turn it on, and then you crank it, and which, should work, but we'll give it a shot and see if it does work. In the meantime, I'm just gonna organize the garage since it's just stuff all over the place, and put back the bumper on the XRS. Okay, so 10 minutes are up. I'm gonna turn it off. Turn it off for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn it back on. Another 10 minutes. Actually, in the meantime, I'm going to replace the headlight on my work van since it gave out on me. So I took off the screw. Should have easy access for that adjusting screw for the light itself. And then a couple of Phillips screws up on top. One right there, and 2 more down here. Okay, so again, turn it off, 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alrighty, here we go. 10 minutes. Okay, a couple things. I got this at Rock Auto today. My wife gave it to me, and I got it for $5. And of course, I got the NGK spark plugs that are on their way from a different warehouse. But this right here, supposedly it's good stuff. It was $5, and then with the spark plugs itself, the shipping costs for this and the spark plugs were $7 roughly. So I thought it was a good deal. So actually, this right here, you don't need to unbolt at all. The only thing you need to do is actually take off 4 Phillips screws, and then followed by this bracket right here, and then that comes right out. Okay guys, moment of truth. 10 seconds. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Moment of truth. It fucking turns on! Holy shit! It is alive. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It tells you right on the radio what you need to do. Doors open, oil change, low on coolant. We'll get that checked up. So I'm just gonna move it over here so I get more space to work on the car and get at it tomorrow, because it's already getting late and getting ready for dinner. Man, the wheels are so stuck on these. You're barely putting gas on it and it barely moves. But I'll check up on it before I do a full drive on it. Okay, next day I put the car in car ramps, and I'm gonna take off this cover and see if I can get access to the radiator hose, drain that out, and check the coolant levels on this. Okay, so change of plans. There's a hose that runs right there, and you really can't reach it from the bottom. And then there's another hose that runs on the passenger side, which is that one. I'm gonna take off that one actually from the top and not the bottom, so it'll be a lot more easier. So I went ahead and removed this so I could get this out of the way, and then drained out the coolant from here, which looks pretty good. So I'm just gonna put it back and put back the clamp itself using these hose clamp pliers. Worked out pretty good. And I'm actually gonna rinse out the reservoir itself too, so it's pretty easy. It looks pretty easy. Just snap this off, snap that off, and then take off this hose, and it should come right out. Okay, so I use a screwdriver to snip this off and snap that off, and then basically it should come right out. And then of course take down the clamp, the last clamp that's holding it down, and looks like a sensor also. Okay, so I put it back together itself, and I didn't mention it, but thank God it didn't have Dex Cool. It has that universal green stuff. So I got a quarter of a gallon and a full gallon of this that I could use, and just top it off, run the car, and see how it goes. Drives good. Brakes a little bit touchy. Not sure if they need to be broken in, because after almost 2 years, car's overheating, so I let it run for about half hour, and it was peaking at the red point. But now that it cooled down, I'm taking it over the block and see how that goes. But just the block, and I'll probably change, not probably, but I will change the thermostat on the car itself. So I'll get started on that once I come back from driving around the block and get this thing back on the road. It's starting to overheat already, so I'm just going to do a quick pull right here because it's really, really torquey. Okay, so it's definitely overheating. So what I'm going to do is take this off again, and it looks like the thermostat's kind of hidden right there. So there's a couple bolts I'm going to take off and start doing some work on this and do the 180-degree thermostat, and of course do the whole coolant thing again, fill it up and get it back running and see how it goes.